How is it even possible? All of that reinforces your naivete.
I'm JR. I'm 26. I live in Manhattan on $22,000 a year.
What? That was the one. How is it even possible? Well, I guess we're about to find out.
Hello, hello. Come on
He
in.
has a house?
So this is the place.
This is it. It's one room. That's it. It's a shoebox.
Yep.
Wall to wall. And what we got?
We got 72 inches. We're out of tape. So this is only 12 foot, and we are at, so I'd say this is 14 foot by 6 foot. 84 square feet.
Oh, okay.
Well, plus your bed space. So what is the rent of this apartment?
$687 a month. $8,244 a year to live in Hell's Kitchen.
You can't beat that.
No, you can't.
You
Come
can't
on.
beat that.
You can't beat that.
How did you find this apartment?
Craigslist. I had no idea what I was doing. This was like kind of like a back burner apartment. Like, worst comes to worst, if I can't find anything, you know, I was looking for bedrooms in Brooklyn. $700, $800, $900, $1,000 for a bedroom, right? And I didn't find anything. This was.
Why do you keep saying his dad is the landlord? Actually? Are you making that up? I mean, it's not really an apartment, so it does make sense. It's quite literally not an apartment. Where's the bathroom? I don't
This is
even
my
see that
only
apartment.
like saved tab. You can't increase it legally 5%, more than 5% yearly for as long as I.
There are currently 70,000 vacant units in the greater metropolitan area surrounding Manhattan, and the reason for why they have been warehoused by landlords is because they're rent controlled. So make no mistake, whenever dumb motherfuckers on Twitter constantly say, why would landlords just not rent out their units? That's the reason. They're waiting it out until they can change regulations or until they can just fucking completely fucking break down the apartment complex, redevelop it as a luxury high-rise, and sell those units or rent out those units without any kind of rent control whatsoever. They do this in Los Angeles as well. Rent control Ryan, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
I stay here, right? My neighbors next door, they've lived here for 12 years. Front door, right? Bye, Mandy. Right next to it is my kitchen, but I'll cook like chicken in a skillet, some eggs, soups. It's not bad. Got my microwave, pots and pans up there. What I'm most excited about, I have a whole ass closet, right? Towels, hats, clothes, shoes. My air conditioner fits
Today, we're going to be
in here.
trying.
Yeah, this thing, it was here when I moved in, actually. So I have bills, letters to home, postcards, all that. I'll write them here. Keep my coffee, probiotics, everybody. Very important. Kitty trees.
It goes faster. We're
One
at
a
6
day.
now.
Okay, just one a day. That's
6
for later,
is his
though.
top speed.
She's
Oh
already had
shit,
one today.
I almost fell.
It's a strict one a day policy.
6 is the
No.
top speed. I found out. I almost fell. So now we know what the top speed is. I'm almost already at a mile. It's not the same 6 as you would see, I think, on a regular treadmill though, because I think I'd have to run at 6 miles per hour. But to be fair, I'm almost at a mile. Yeah, 0.83 miles in 10 minutes. And I only now increased it to 6. So it might actually be literally, yeah, it might be kilometers maybe. I don't know. Because there's no way this is a 6 mile per hour pace. This might actually be, the metrics on this might be in kilometers. I would have to jog at 6 miles, like at a 6. This is a fast walk. Still a 4.8, pretty good. At 6-7 miles per hour, you do a mile every 10 minutes. I'm almost at a mile, but I think it's a kilometer. I think all of the measurements on this thing are kilometers, we're finding out. Because I'm at a 6, I've officially reached 0.97. You can see my legs above. Bought it on Amazon, but...
Like, you know,
Yeah,
oil
let's
up
continue.
here, cooking supplies. Below is kind of random stuff, medicine. Oh, yeah, watercolor set too. So I'll go walk around, just watercolor different buildings that I really, really like. So this window right here, we're in it, in the painting, right? So walking around New York City, I feel like I'm in this beautiful painting. So I wanted to put that on paper, kind of what it feels like. There's a photo taken in 1940. This is the building. This is my living room. It's Mandy's living room, actually. Store stuff in my nice little bookcase. Cameras, all that stuff. This nice wingback chair and the ottoman. It's like, I can't afford to go buy brand new furniture. I don't really know anyone who does that. Salvation Army, I thrifted it. It was like 80 bucks. Find cool stuff for the cheap. The window. It opens all the way. This is probably my favorite thing about my whole apartment. If you look outside, you can see Times Square. The H&M building, it pokes up.
Oh, sick.
Over the walk-ups. It's just really, I've dreamed of this, right? Never did I think of sunlight as a commodity, right? That's how I have plants. So in the wintertime, the sun's facing this way. In the summertime, in the spring, it'll hit all these plants right on. They flourish, they become so green. My Monstera like lifts up, it's crazy. Mandy loves it, it's good for her, she gets some fresh air. But this right here, check it out. So, do I go to the gym? No, it is so expensive, right? I can't afford that. So if you back up, check it out. Every day, every morning, I lay out the mat, I got my yoga. Yeah, you can't beat that. A $0 gym in Manhattan, what the heck? Come on. I bike to work every single day, right? So I go to the Hudson, go down a couple miles to Chelsea. I bike every single day. Rain, snow, heat, I don't care. When I'm seeing people, yeah, I take the train. But, you know, how many people can fit a bike in their apartment?
So how much?
Yoga ain't gym? What do you mean? Chad has clearly have never done yoga in his shows. Dude, why the fuck did it start peaking? I don't know why oh, maybe because I started moving my arms, but yoga absolutely is gym. You're wrong. Yoga is literally, depending on how well you do it, yoga quite literally is hard. Oh, fuck, hold on.
Per month would you say you spend on transportation?
I don't know, 20 bucks? Even if I'm walking, I'm biking. The train is kind of like, when I'm feeling a little lazy.
My food's here.
Actually, do you want to come to work with me?
Fuck.
Man, I'm a barista trainer, so I bring in new people.
Oh my god, this is like a fucking millennial Tumblr era meme that like a Republican guy would put forward as like a joke. Hold on, I gotta go grab my food. Fucking hate it when delivery drivers just like leave it.
Make them feel welcome. I show them something I'm super passionate about. I teach people how to make latte art, how to make siphons, Chemexes, all that great stuff. Like that's my job. That's how I can live here in this apartment for $687 a month. I'm a regular person. I don't make a salary. I get paid by the hour living here, right?
And let me ask you, would you say that you earn enough to live comfortably in New York City?
Yes, absolutely. If you're smart about it.
So this is your bed up here?
Yeah, so you go up the staircase, and up here, the penthouse, baby.
The penthouse.
Yeah, dude. And it's great because, you know, I keep the window open for the cat. The city noise is honestly nice to fall asleep to sometimes when people aren't screaming. If I come this way, my bathroom, it's right across the hallway. And it's nice. It's like almost bigger than my apartment. My favorite part is this little skylight we have up here. When it rains, it's like, and a toilet in Manhattan? No, I'm just kidding.
Is this a shared bathroom?
Yes, but no problems whatsoever.
This is good?
Yeah, super respectful.
Yeah, I mean, that's still fucking nuts. How much do you tip the delivery driver? Way too fucking much, I'll be honest. I always do, which is why I get a little sad when they're just like, yeah, fuck you. Here's your fucking food. And I do it before they deliver it too, so these motherfuckers know too. But what are you gonna do? It's not the end of the world. Who cares? You know, they need it more than I do. This is a propaganda piece for low wages? No. Damn, Lamau, I get so sad when they're rude as shit for no reason. I mean, the way I see it is like their lives are probably not great. You know what I mean? Yes, it is go back. You're saying that because he's like saying, oh, all things considered, my life is great. Like, but that doesn't mean it's like, might mean he's like kind of not smart individually.
I've never had an issue with that. Not once ever. And you see how clean it is.
Spotless.
Right? We both put in the work.
What's the dream? Why New York City?
Music is everything to me. I get a little bashful. And I figured, you know, I love people and I love places and putting yourself out there. Yeah, I have a small space. I don't have a lot of stuff. But what I have, I love. I appreciate it more than I ever did anywhere else I lived. This bike, it takes me everywhere. I love this bike. I respect this bike. This guitar, that is the most distilled way of self-expression that I have in my life. So I take care of it. I oil the fretboard. I change the wires, right? I do all this stuff to make sure, you know, it stays okay. It's like, I'm not just gonna go out and buy another guitar, getting a little deep and stuff, but yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who has a big dream and wants to move to New York City? Is it possible in 2023?
Yes. It is possible. Right now, I gave up almost everything in my life. Family, friends, possessions, my car. I wanted to be here more than anything else. This is the first place since my hometown that I feel like I belong here. Just go for it. Mark Twain said, go out on a limb.
You're saying Wild Bro does basic maintenance, but like I get what he's saying. Especially if you're an American, having like a minimalist Spartan attitude is unironically both refreshing and also truly unique. So it is definitely different than the norm. Okay, what is this? There's another store. I'm Frankie. I'm Grant. We live on Billionaires Row, and we each pay $750 a month for rent. What the fuck? How?
Right? That's where the fruit is. New York's this beautiful tree that produces fruit year-round. I'm picking these apples, right? I'm eating them.
I mean, this guy was like the only artsy guy in his fucking. Where is he from originally? I'm sure he mentioned it, but he's giving like Midwestern vibes. You know what I mean? Like
thriving because of that. I get the most actual, realistic, full human experience here. I walk down that street. I hear French, Arabic, sometimes Italian, Spanish. In my hometown, do you know what I heard? English. So I'm getting this insane.
Yeah, bro, he's from Toledo, dog. Yeah, no shit. He's like, wow, it's wonderful. It's so sick. It's so unique. There's culture here. Plus, he's new. Also, I just want to say to all my fucking naysayers about my resting heart rate, suck my cock. Notice how fucking fast that shit recovered? Okay, as soon as I said that, it jumped up because I got excited. But I'm just saying, notice how fast my shit recovered from 130 when I was at the peak. This guy talks about New York City like you talk about Tokyo. Yeah, well, Tokyo is objectively sick. Bro, your heart rate won't go down to actual resting for like an hour? That's what you think, dude. Look at how low my heart rate is. I will admit your heart is incredibly efficient for your size. HR recovery is way more important than elevated for sure. Bro, chat is so bad for your health. I know. 97 is high. Oh my Lord, dude. Brother, it's not. What is wrong with people? Why are people like this? Why are people so self-assured about like things that they're objectively wrong about? Are you testing out the boundaries of this fucking watch to see how fast I will get mad at you and my heart rate will go up? Is that what it is? All he said it was possible to live in New York and his wage in 2023. I think the reason why a lot of people are frustrated by what he's saying is because it comes across as ridiculous, and he might have some rose-tinted glasses here, partially because he's from Toledo and partially because he just moved. Like, many people move to big cities with identical hopes and dreams, and then, you know, they're met with reality later down. I mean, the guy is happy about like a shared bathroom situation. You know what I mean? Like, that is that in many ways, I think, is a demonstration of where he's at. When you're fucking glazing up a shared bathroom moment, saying that it's good, I don't know where to put this thing. You guys are assuming he doesn't know this, by the way?
The experience of all the cultures put together in one little 5-borough bubble. I make $22K a year, hourly. You gotta want it, right? You can't just kind of, oh, I guess I'll go to New York. No, like, I am going to live in New York.
Would you say right now living in New York City is worth it?
Yes, 100%. 100%. If I was living in half the size of the space, paying twice as much, it would be worth it to me, Eric. No doubt in my mind, no hesitation. I would have still done everything to get here for that. Period.
Yeah, I mean, he's also young. So the other part of the story is when you get sick and then your life changes dramatically.
I'm Grant.
Because we don't have any fucking amenities, once again.
We live on Billionaires Row in New York City, and we each pay what? $750. And just for perspective, take a look at this building behind us. Guess how much it goes for? Tell him, Grant.
$250 million.
So right there, that apartment costs $250 million, and these guys are living right around the block for $750 per month.
This door. I get this door.
This is original, right?
Yeah.
I think it's either original or they put this one in the 50s, but it's old as hell, that's for sure. So I think this place was built in 1928. I think it used to be a hotel itself, especially when you like look in the apartment, how we really only have that like wet bar. That's like the only thing we have, and then the one room. It feels like no one was ever supposed to live here for as long as as I think we have, but you know.
What is the square footage? Do you know?
No
Not a
idea.
clue.
Let's measure.
Okay. So this is 10.7.
By 11 foot?
11 feet. Yeah.
110 for this space.
13 feet by 5 inches.
And what's this one?
13 feet by 8 inches.
Yeah.
We'll say 275, including the bathroom and closet.
Found it over LinkedIn. It's not on Craigslist, not on StreetEasy. Really, really bizarre story. I don't know anybody else that has found an apartment on LinkedIn. But we have our kitchen set up here, super tiny fridge. This cabinet, no matter
Okay, this is actually pretty fire. What? These are some fun lies. You think they're lying?
what we do, we've tried to duct tape it, we've tried to nail it, it just won't. It looks terrible in Zoom calls. That's why I have this thing here. We set up a blue screen for self-tapes, acting, but also I use it for Zoom calls, because why not? The sink is very interesting. We do have to cover up the top to make sure our pest friends don't get in, but also the water is extremely slow. So it takes about an hour for us to get our water.
Water bottle.
I've got a lot of Trader Joe's vegetables, chicken fried rice, dumplings, fries. Very, very little.
I don't even know what's in the damn.
Brother, there is no way that that is legal. I am almost certain. Bro, that water is coming out like someone is in the fucking ground floor pumping it with a hand crank, okay? No shot.
fridge at the moment, so
We don't really cook much here.
4 days out of the week, I'm eating mainly just where I work. If it comes to like actually eating here, I probably almost never eat in the apartment. That's kind of the beauty of the location and having the pizza place next door, places that are open until, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night.
I call Amore every day for lunch.
Hello, Morty Pizza. How can I help you?
Hey, can I get a Frankie special?
And it's right next door.
This is the Frankie special. I get it almost every day for lunch because my mom is concerned that I don't eat enough vegetables. This has broccoli, mushrooms, onions, 3 pieces of grilled chicken, and they charge me $11 for this. It's not on the menu, so look at this piece of chicken though. Great chicken.
Okay, that's pretty fire. Like, respect.
This is the rest of the living room. We have my desk space here that I do most of my day job work. It's tech sales, so it's outsourced sales and marketing. It's work from home. It's fully remote. It's 40 hours a week. The big thing is it pays me enough.
Bro, this is one of those moments where it's like, you don't want to work from home, dog. You know what I mean? Bro, what home? You work from shoebox. My man's like, oh, I love remote work. I love working from home. It's like, bro, where's the home? You should probably find somewhere to work that requires you to go into the office. Honestly, because like at least physically you'll be in a larger space overall. I feel like it cannot be good for the human consciousness to be locked in a tiny ass fucking place like that. Brother, I'm in the studio 10 hours a day, sometimes 12. If this studio was smaller, I would probably go crazy, okay? Human beings are not meant to be confined into tiny ass rooms for that long.
To make it in New York. I do a lot of reading in the morning. I try to wake up 6 a.m., 7 a.m., do my push-ups right here, lay out the mat. We have all of our self-tape equipment set up so that we could just do a self-tape whenever we need. And then this space is really used just to hold all of our clutter, all of our books, all of our camera equipment, mic stands, voiceover equipment.
My fucking studio is literally larger than their apartment is what I'm trying to say.
Much of a living space as you can have in the tight quarters. It's kind of the all-purpose room.
Yeah.
Especially when one of the two of us is still asleep, the other one has to get up and do something. This becomes kind of the de facto space of where things get done.
It's also where we're most creative.
My storyboarding of this was up down. Remember we talked about this? I love points of intersection. Like I love like trains. I want to write something about like a subway. Like I love confined spaces because I think your setting motivates.
Okay, fair. Okay, this guy just loves confined. I was gonna make that joke, and then he just said it for me. I was like, this guy loves the subway. He loves his house that is like the size of a subway cart, like, or the personal space that you would have in a subway cart. You know what I mean? Like, He just loves being tight, dude. He would love Japan. This man would. Bro would love ADX Florence. Yeah. Dude, I love Supermax. Prisons, like, they're very good.
Action. We have our guitar here. We play music in here. If I don't see the guitar, I don't play it. I like to keep this stuff open in the space. I know it doesn't look pretty.
Yeah, my dude dreams about Kowloon, okay? He doesn't even understand why they took it down. He thinks it was, like, really fucked up that they did that.
All of my stuff is kind of set up in this room so that I could be most creative.
I think it kind of all ties to just this habit of being on the go. When you're trying to like build the life that you want to have for yourself, it's a matter of just like everything being ready that you can just do it as quick as you can, right? You know, it's like that 5-second rule of like, if you don't do it in 5 seconds, you're not going to get it done. It's in that moment of hesitation that the whole system can kind of crumble down on yourself. Because if you don't have the clear vision of what you want to do, where you want to go with the day, let alone your life. I mean, we talk to agents and managers about people who will spend 40 years trying to be actors. And it's just because if you don't do it every day, you're not putting in the work outside of even what, you know, your management or your team or people are telling you to do. That's where kind of you drop the ball. And then
I'm pretty sure the 5-second rule is something else, but the fuck do I know? I haven't read every Rich Dad, Poor Dad style book. I feel like that'll be fire.
and suddenly your life's passed you by. It's no longer enough to do just one thing in this industry. You have to make
Why is he dressed like that?
your own work. The people who succeed are not just the people who are sitting waiting for a green light from an audition. It's the people who are saying, you know, what do I want to say? What is my truth? What's my story? And then how can I create something out of nothing to showcase my own talent, but more than my own talent, my own perspective and experience. I think that is what makes...
Like, they seem super pleasant. They just seem very misguided. You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad making fun of them because they seem like dorks. You know what I mean? Not in a bad way. I feel like they have good intentions, but they've been misguided by, like, every podcast that they've watched and listened to. And all of the self-help books that they read, they keep telling them all the same shit. All extensions, all tentacles of the same superstructure that upholds capitalism. The myth of meritocracy, the American dream. You know what I mean? All of that reinforces your naivete. Anyway, how dangerous is Rio in Brazil? Travel guide to the safest places. I just got robbed on the beach. Flushed face. I feel like that's not very safe. I feel like he's betraying the elusive titling that he originally wrote.
A successful artist is having the ambition to truly be a world builder. I mean, that's what we are as artists. That's what you have to be.
Damn.
But let's go into the bedroom.
One sec. I gotta hop down. I'm actually up on the kitchen right now, getting a better perspective for you. Knocking over shit.
Come on.
So we actually reworked this whole space. We reworked the bed to be that way. This is Grant's bed.
Glamorous.
No fucking way, dog. No way. Brother, ain't no way. Bro, you are sleeping on a cot. You're sleeping on an ottoman, homie. What is happening? This dude was like, here, you get the dog bed. Like, I'm not even joking. I think Kaya has a bigger dog bed upstairs in my bedroom than what this dude's sleeping in. That's not even a twin? Yeah, that's half a twin, dude. That's an accident at birth style twin. You know what I mean?
It used to be comfy. Now it's a little deflated.
Yeah, a little deflated after 6 months of being here, but you know, you make it work.
College
Basically like a
roommates.
college dorm. It's really how it's felt. It's been interesting.
Air conditioner doesn't really work that well.
On the fritz most of the time.
The outlet is out right now.
Yeah, actually that is true. The outlet
going
is out in about half of the apartment right now.
What do you mean it's out?
It doesn't work.
He checked the breaker, we were trying to figure it out. This was recent development. Next door used to be a hotel. They were having a massive liquidation sale.
So we got these desks.
All of these desks were in every
15
single
bucks.
room. It's literally
right
next door.
It's one.
It's literally,
No,
that's
literally.
the wall.
That's the wall?
it.
They are doing construction
That
in
is
there.
it.
It's great. The glamorous view of New York City. Billionaire Row, man.
So this is Ernest Hemingway and John F. Kennedy's favorite cologne, and they sell it at the plaza. I dated to celebrate.
No, this dude is like 100% like a Ameriphile. but from a very specific era. Like he is his experience and the way he presents himself is like a mishmash of like 1920s to like the 70s. He maxes out. He peaks in like the 50s era, but it goes from like 50s to the 70s and ends in like the 70s. He's like picked different aspects of all like different American culture, and he is just fetishizing it so hard. You ask this dude about the Roaring 20s, he loves he loves it, dude. He's like, oh yes, I'm shocked he doesn't have a fucking transatlantic accent. You know what I mean? Yes, that's right. Welcome to my humble abode. You don't understand. It was American. It was a great period of American ingenuity. The real problem wasn't the oligarchs. The real problem wasn't the oil barons. The real problem was a lack of imagination.
Great moving to the city for myself. It was like a $700 cologne. One of the most expensive things I've ever bought in my life. But it was a confidence thing because I said, I want to feel like those people.
So for perspective, can I hold this? For perspective, this is your rent pretty much in a bottle.
We have the bathroom.
Oh, dude,
here.
why you gotta be like that?
This opens up. We get a little bit of sunlight here. The shower, it's either cold, freezing cold, or like super steam hot that we can't even get in. So it's always like a little nudge here, a little nudge there to really get the perfect Goldilocks temperature. It's very tight. I mean, I can't even like really stretch here.
This is your voiceover studio / closet, and you set up your mic in here.
Set up my mic, and then I also have just my computer right over here. I'll put a little desk. Do my voiceover recording here, standing up. It goes right through.
That part is normal. That actually is very normal. Like, I've done test voiceover recordings, and I do it literally in the laundry room, which is not even like a real room. They tell you to do it in your closet to dampen the noise. That part is normal. Like, I have like a fake room under my stairs that's very tiny. It's a lot larger than his fucking closet, but it's still very tiny, all things considered, because it has like a washer and a dryer in there. So you do it in a room like that, so there's less, like, I guess, reverb, echo.
My computer, and I send in my MP3.
What advice would you have for someone watching this who wants to move to New York City and doesn't know how to?
There's never a right time to move to New York. There's a million reasons to not move to New York. If you're waiting for like the stars to align, they're never going to. You just have to do it. You just have to go, because that's what this city is. That's what this city is built of. It's just people who see something for themselves, see something for their future, and then make it happen. It is one of the best things I ever did. And I say that in our tiny little apartment here, you know, living like we live in a college dorm right now. But there's no other way for it to happen. Like, you have to be willing to do that. You just gotta lean into the grunge, into the challenge, into the living sparsely, into the just wanting it. It is enough to want it. Because if you want it, it's already real in your mind. You just have to do it.
Bro, hallucinate differently, you know what I mean? All right, the man who lost it all for